मरे मित्रा मी दुनिया बकपुरी मिया सरगानी मरे मित्रा.
What is playbuilding? Playbuilding simply refers to building a play from scratch. Why would you do that instead of staging a scripted play? Because it is easier, much more fun and rewarding, and ultimately a better learning experience for everyone involved. Playbuilding is a useful and empowering approach for any group, but in my experience this is particularly true for school plays or school concerts. Let's have a look, for instance, at this primary school concert. This is in the Republic of Maldives, a group of tiny islands in the Indian Ocean. But the place doesn't matter. I have applied this approach in schools in Australia and it worked equally well. In this particular concert, there were 12 classes from grades 1 to 4 involved. Each class had around 30 students, and there were a total of over 350 students on stage. Each group had somewhere between 15 and 20 hours of rehearsing. The only starting point we had was that we didn't want the concert to be too long, so we decided that each group would present a performance no longer than 7 minutes. That was all. But if you wanted, you could choose a theme like the environment or the circus or Independence Day for all the groups so as to unify their performances. That's if you prefer unity instead of variety. Some of these groups chose a traditional tale or fairy tale as a starting point. That way they had a structured story already in place that they could stage in their own way. In any case, and if you, the teacher, want to give playbuilding a go, discuss this with your students. Listen to them and decide with them, no matter how young they are. This way, students feel from the beginning that this is their play. Then you'll be amazed how responsible and committed they become towards it. So the whole process is a question of bringing ideas out, discussing them, and more importantly, trying them out. Just remember that drama and performing is much more about doing and acting out than about words and talking. Never allow discussions to go on for too long. Encourage your students to show you what they mean, to express themselves by doing rather than talking. We teachers tend to need structure and control. That's why if we need to stage a play for a school concert, we look for something already written. Because at every moment we know what we are up to and what is needed to get there. But to get there turns out to be, in many cases, a very stressful process. To start with, where do you find a play suitable for 30 students? Something that everyone likes. Who is going to play the main roles? The teacher's favorite students? What are you going to do with the students that don't get a role? Are they going to be just trees moving their arms as if they were branches during the whole performance? What is going to happen if your students don't learn their lines? What will happen if one of your leading performers gets sick at the very last moment? I have seen it many times. Rehearsals that should be fun turn into some kind of punishment for students. They get bored of repeating the same thing over and over. A nightmare for the teacher trying to resolve problem after problem. At the end, a final result that is not the student's play, but the teacher's play. And what have the students learned in the process? Very little. With Playbuilding, it is a different story altogether. Of course, you, the teacher, are going to be behind the scenes supporting and encouraging your students. You might need to guide them to understand that a story might work better if it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You might suggest situations close to their lives that they could explore. You might give them clear physical actions for them to try out. You might help them to understand the importance of having a clear focus on the stage and everyone working to highlight that focus instead of everyone acting on their own. But the bottom line is that you, the teacher, assume that it is your students' play and you trust them and trust their decisions, no matter whether you don't know very well where are you going or cannot visualize the end. It is the process that is important. Care for the process, nurture your students, and the result will take care of itself.
Hello, my friend. Why are you crying? The farmer has let me out from the farm that I don't have any place to sleep. Oh, why your farmer threw you out? Because I cannot do that hard work.
Nothing has to be done in a particular way. Look at these two students, for instance. They both wanted to play the same role, but there is only one concert, one show. How are you going to be fair, saying yes to one and no to the other? Why not say yes to both of them if they help each other? And that's what these two students are doing, playing the same character as if they were the two sides of the same brain. Why not? Look at this other group. Most of the students wanted to be on stage all the time. And they are. But when some of them are performing, the others are frozen or facing backstage and vice versa. They created an interesting choreography of movement. These people wanted to dance, so dancing they are. If it is their play, let them be. They don't need to memorize lines because they have created and polished their own dialogues. Someone is missing and someone else jumps into that character and fills the gap. They can do that easily because they comprehend the situation perfectly. They have chosen their situation. They know what is going on at any moment. They take decisions, they resolve problems, they work cooperatively. They are learning valuable life skills.
Who are you? I am not young.
Whatever they do is not imposed from outside. They involve themselves as much or as little as they want to be involved. They bring to the show whatever skills they might have or they feel talented at. You might think that grade 1 or 2 students don't have much experience of life, that decisions have to be taken for them. Well, they might need more support, but tell them to play their favorite animal or a toy they have at home, or to be a fairy or an angel. Narrate a day in the life of the animal. Just suggest actions for them to do and watch. The power of self-expression is always more entertaining and powerful than copying whatever the teacher tells them to do. And of course, as soon as they feel this is their play, they are the ones attracting with their enthusiasm family and friends collaborations, all contributing to a better result for the show and a greater sense of happiness for the school community.
निगाह निगाह